problem today. How do you get the people to understand that this is a critical issue for the future sustainability of America when it doesn't impact their pocket right now? Can you get them to focus on the next generation? Can you get them to focus 5 years and 10 years? It's going to be very difficult. But let me see if I'm going to do it. Let me read you the first paragraph of something I'm going to put out probably later on this afternoon. You're the first to hear it. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully this will get your attention and America, Main Street's attention. Truman wanted it. So did Eisenhower, Johnson, and Nixon. Every U.S. comptroller has called for it. And while the states already are required to do it, the federal government is not, even though it has been discussed for nearly 70 years, and a public law was actually passed in 1956 requiring it. Only now is Congress seriously considering it. That is, if it is not buried by politics once again. The it of HRES 545, recently introduced in the House of Representatives, is something few people understand, although those that do understand it also know that it is crucial for both the current and future generations of Americans here. We are talking about the accrual system of accounting, including a separate budget for infrastructure-type assets. And then I'm not going to read the rest except the final paragraph. Few politicians want to expose the truth on their watch, that if no money is set aside or liabilities are not recorded now for promises made, many Americans may get nothing in the form of Social Security or Medicare. We're not talking about the distant future. We're talking about the near future as the baby boomers come of age and ask for their money. As our hidden liabilities mount, our statutory debt ceiling becomes inconsequential because the current system of not booking liabilities for our long-term unfunded obligations is already degrading our creditworthiness. This means that our children's children may be struggling to survive in a future economy not unlike that of present-day Greece. Now, I hope that gets your attention and the rest of America. 70 years, I had to go back and do the research. It took me a year to connect the dots on where it started in 1949 with the first Hoover Commission that Truman signed off on, and then the second Hoover Commission that Eisenhower, and then a public law that was passed, believe it or not, by Congress. Eisenhower signed it to require accrual accounting. We got bridges falling down. And there is a reason for accrual accounting because that brings in a capital budget. Then you can plan for infrastructure. We had President Obama come here yesterday at the foot of the Tappan Zee Bridge we're replacing. You know what the original estimate for that bridge was? That's 15 years, by the way. 15 years over its estimated useful life. They never imagined so many trucks and cars, 138,000 a day, would be using that bridge. They dumbed it down from a $15 billion bridge, which had mass transportation on it, to keep these cars off the bridge, down to $4 billion because the unions wanted it now. So it's 15 years too late, and Curtis, when it's finished, it's going to be obsolete.
Yeah.
Because we don't plan ahead for infrastructure. We don't plan ahead for major assets, and politicians, they kick the can down the road. Why? Because under the current accounting system, with no capital budget, you have to charge the entire $4 billion for that bridge, or $10 billion for whatever you spend on defense systems today to the current budget deficit, and nobody wants that on their watch when they're running for re-election. This is the problem.
But, Joe, there's something else there, and I think we keep jumping over it, and that is you're absolutely right. And I view you, even though you're a congressman, I view you like a consultant. What good is hiring a consultant if the guy the consultant is talking to is dumb as a doornail?
You're right.
No, and that's our problem.
That's why we got to talk to the American people.
You know,
we got to get to the people to let them know this is a critical issue for them to make decisions on who they elect.
That's right.
And many of these congressmen don't know what accrual accounting means. You know that.
I mean, you're talking about legislation, and it happens right here in North Carolina. There's legislation that is passed, and it is dealing with A, B, C, and D when it should be dealing with F, G, H, and I.
Yeah, what about the senator, by the way, who sat for an hour at a hearing when he found out he was at the wrong hearing?
Yeah.
I don't remember the name, but...
Or how about the other guy that says, well, you can't expect us to read all the bills. So they leave it up to people with, well, what is their level of competency and understanding and skill? You know,
well, that's why we need you, Curtis. That's why we need me, and we need more people that are not part of that system from the outside to change it.
Joe DioGuardi. Don't forget to go to truthingovernment.org. Truthingovernment.org. You can get it to it by going to our website, WMYT1067fm.com. Joe, you take care and have a great week. Thanks as always for being with us.